Alrighty then, guys. So, we're doing sort of a shit stream today. Kind of have is that I didn't get any sleep last night. I don't entirely know what happened. Oh, forgot. Woo! Sorry. But I just could not sleep at all last night, and I did not want to miss my noon stream again. And I've been having a really hard time sleeping like these last couple of nights, and it's probably because of the fact that I don't have my sleeping pills anymore. Like all I have are the normal sleeping pills that just are supposed to help you stay asleep, or they're basically the ones that make you stay asleep. But I don't have the melatonin anymore to help me actually go to sleep, so now I can't sleep at all. So, unfortunately, with all of that being the case, it's making it a little harder for me to actually wake up in the morning, go to sleep at night, and everything else along those lines. So I'm really having a hard time. That's the best way to put it. And it's 11 o'clock now, so I'm already obviously, obviously having some issue. Obviously I'm already having like a bit of a fight, you could say, with my with myself. I'm really tired. I can barely think. Basically, what it is that I decided what I wanted to go ahead and do is I just wanted to go ahead and do just a sort of a shit stream. You know what I mean? Just a random shit stream. It's nothing super special, nothing super, out of the ordinary or anything like that. It's just a normal, good old-fashioned stream. But I'm just going to be streaming League of Legends. League of Legends should be coming up on here. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. I guess technically this isn't technically considered the actual game or whatnot, so that might be the reason why, but we'll see. Give me just a second while I load all this up. Because it should be loading, but I don't know why it's not for some reason, and so I do apologize. But effectively, what I'm trying to try to say is that I don't really have any specific things planned for this particular stream, especially since I want to make it such a short stream today. Like, I was going to make it a longer stream, and that was probably my biggest thing, is I was actually wanting to make it a long stream today, but I can't do it. There's no way I can do it. Not tonight. Not today, anyways. I can later tonight. I can go on ahead and throw one in there, but until then, I definitely can't. Give me just a second here. I want to make sure. I don't know why this isn't being picked up by my... I don't know why this isn't being picked up on my game. Well, oops. I definitely don't want to do that. I don't know why this is not getting picked up. I really don't. Like, this was being picked up no problem last time. Oh, hey there, Techno. I don't know. I can't ever say it right. You know I never will. But, as I said, though, because I'm tired and because I kind of want to go to sleep, I do want to still do my stream for noon. So I just want to go on ahead and do the stream for the night or for the noon time, get it over with, and then move on from that, and then go take a nap or something like that while I can, or while I'm thinking about it, and then we can go from there. However, today, probably later on, I'm gonna go out to wherever, and I'm gonna get me my freaking sleeping pills, because I can't be sleeping. I can't be doing this crap. Not like this, anyways. And I do apologize that the game's not coming up right now. The game will come up. I promise it will come up. Once the game actually loads up. It's just this is the loading part where I'm selecting your characters and everything. And for some reason, it's not loading up. And honestly, I'm too exhausted to actually care. So that's the best way I can really describe it. I will try to figure out why it's not letting me load it all together. But we will see. And don't call the game sucky. It's a good game. There's millions of people who play this game. It makes billions of dollars a year. And it's one of the most heavily played and most heavily loved games that are out there by millions and millions of people. It can't be a bad game. It literally can't be a bad game. By the standards of how many people like the game, it's not physically possible for it to be a bad game. Can it not be liked? By all means. People could not like the game all they want, but it's not physically possible for the game to be a bad game. At least at this point, it can't be. I do, however, really wish I had a way to make sure that, I wish I had a way to make it so that it would capture this. I don't know why it's not. Screen capture, maybe? Well, I got that part at least. Maybe that'll do. Let's move this down to the bottom, though. So that way it's not. And we could probably put the cam at the bottom here. What I would prefer to have it do is prefer to have it so that the game is actually front and center. The game is front and center, but my web camera is above the actual game, but below the have it be like the game itself be like, see, like this. Now that window's gone, have it so that that thing comes up, but this game actually gets detected by the actual game itself. Yeah, see, like that. That's kind of how I want it to go. That way my web camera doesn't get in the way, but everything else stays the same, you know what I mean? And be right back. And I think that this will actually do better over here. And I'm thinking that maybe I need to lower this a little bit. Shrink it down just a teeny bit. Because maybe that's my problem, is I have this too small, or I have it too big. Something like that. Something like that might be better for me. But anywho, basically the biggest thing I'm trying to put here is that this game is not physically possible to be bad. And yes, Battlegrounds PlayerUnknown may very well have been the most played game in July, but that doesn't mean that League of Legends just didn't have anybody playing it, or that League of Legends hasn't had people playing it for for the last 10 years. I don't know how long it's been out for. It's probably only 5 years or so. But the fact of the matter is that it's not like there hasn't been tons of people playing the game since it came out. You know what I mean? And I know I've played this game since it came out, and I loved this game to death. I'm a huge fan of the game, and I probably always will be. And I'm not trying to really speak its graces so much, and I might be a little grumpy sounding because of how tired I am. I do have a tendency to get a little grumpy when I'm tired, and I want to apologize for that. But for the general most part, the game is not a bad game, and I hate it when people say that the game is bad just because, oh, it's League of Legends, oh, it's popular, so it's bad, you know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of times it is. It's not so much that the game, you think the game is actually bad. It's just, oh, you heard it's popular, so it's bad because you just want to be a hipster or something. And now, if you want to hate the game because it's a MOBA, that I completely understand. It's a MOBA. I didn't like MOBAs when I first started playing them. Back when they first completely ruined Warcraft 3. I absolutely could not stand getting on the arcade in Warcraft 3 because there were so many other game modes I wanted to play in Warcraft 3, but the only thing that was out was Dota. And I hated that. I just absolutely hated that. Now, as you could probably guess, I do not have my headset on because I really don't want to have that thing crushing my head right now. And I'm going to do my best to actually turn it down so you don't have to listen to any sounds or anything like that. And this is going to be pretty much just a game stream. Like, it's just going to be literally one game and that's it. Hey there, Heated Hickory. Good to see you on. Coming from your stream onto my stream. I'm glad to see you coming on. I know it's probably a little late there for you. Like, happy to see you. Why do we have a Nautilus mid? I think I might be like AD actually. I think I am. Yeah, I'm AD. I totally didn't change my summoner spells and stuff like that. Well, I changed my summoner spells, but I totally forgot to change my my other stuff, which is my bad. But oh well, I'll be fine. This is my best champion. I'm really good with them anyways. And I know the pain. I couldn't sleep either, so. But yeah, I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep at all, to be honest with you, last night, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep at all today. I hope I will be able to, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably gonna be playing like shit too right now because I'm so tired, but we'll make do. We'll make do. I haven't streamed in a really long time for this, so I don't know how much the ping is gonna hit me. And I have heard that the ping is gonna gets really bad as of recently. When it comes to shit, I'm telling you, this lag. This isn't gonna be lag. It's gonna be me lagging. That's what the biggest problem is. Yeah, I do not have my bombs just like constantly up. Unlike your blades, I don't have constant skills. I wish I could bomb that. I only really said anything about the game itself and how much I was saying that, you know, you can't really say that it's a bad game or a good game. You know, really specifically, I was saying you can't really say it's a bad game um, because Techco mentioned something. And I'm grumpy, honestly. That's probably be the biggest thing to explain it. She walked right into that. I really probably should be auto-attacking since I do have, since I do have a little bit of a higher strength with my auto-attacks. Which is, you know, kind of nice for the last hitting at least. My ping is probably going to be a little bit high because of the fact that I'm streaming. This isn't normally a game I would play while streaming because of the fact that I have such a bad internet. Most of my games are actually usually pretty reasonable when it comes to the higher pings. Like if you hit 100 or something like that, it's not really that big of a deal. But this is one of those games that's not really the case. You kind of can't have the 100 to 120, 130 ping. That really affects your game in this than in comparison to your other games. Lucky for me. I really should like try to get that coin. Can't see anything. I'm more of an FPS type of person. Right, understandable. I'm an every type of gamer. Like I like everything. There's literally no game I probably wouldn't play. He slows her. And really the only real reason why I'm even playing this right now is because of the fact that to be honest, I just want something to play for like a good solid hour so I can say I streamed for my noon stream for once. Even though it's not even noon. I just wanted basically something I could play really quickly so I could say I streamed and then I'll leave it at that. Because I'm more gonna be consistent for my stream at 7 than I ever will be for my stream at 3 at noon. Now, of course she wouldn't let me just kill her. Oh, really? I'm gonna wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, oh, damn it! I totally should have. I didn't think. I thought that was Maokai, not the new guy. Right, and I usually do. I actually love zombies. I'm a huge fan of zombies. I just don't normally just do zombies on a regular basis. It's one of those. I'll do zombies, but like when the mood strikes me. It's just been more recently I've been doing a lot of zombies, like 7 Days to Die and Fortnite, for example. To be honest with you right now, we clearly have a bad team going. Like, Us down bottom, I'm too tired to really be playing the game at all and such, so really I shouldn't even be playing, but I'm playing because I want to have something to do for an hour and talk about for an hour. And we have a bad jungle, a jungle who's not doing really anything as far as I can tell. I don't know why our mid is even Nautilus to begin with. But normally I wouldn't do this for my stream, to be absolutely honest with you. And normally I wouldn't do it if only just because of the fact that I know it's not a very popular game but for most people. It's just really along the lines of, it's actually almost too popular if you really want to put it to be as simple as possible. Because the game kind of has one of those it's really popular by a lot of people, or for a lot of people. So somebody like me streaming it isn't probably like the greatest and most intelligent of ideas, because I'm not a very popular individual. So I don't quite get as much, I won't get quite as much attention from playing the game as, say, someone else might. I do, however, like that they are going to apparently be adding a PvE map to this game, and I believe they're actually going to be adding it to the roster and not just adding it temporarily, which they do that all the time in this game. They add you like a temporary game mode, but that's it, and then they never add it again. I can't speed up again. Gotta be careful, bruh. Once I start waking up a little bit because I'm playing the game, I'll probably be a little bit better. Sweet. I hate that Ari's got a killing spree already. Alright, they gotta really stop feeding her. I'm not even sure if we should be doing anything. Damn. Vaporize you. Mind you, that was really Draven's own fault. He really shouldn't have been jumping in on that. That was not a good engage at all. Right underneath the turret and everything like that. Bad engage. But what are you going to do? I'm the support. That's all I can do. I'm not losing. We're actually not really all that far behind. I'm not losing specifically. The enemy, the team is the one that's losing. wow, wow. Like, screw that. Are you kidding me? I ain't gonna help you with that. That's fucking stupid, especially since they're pushing our turret. Well, see, Cho'Gath got it all by himself. I'm playing Zillion with 80 carry runes. I ain't carrying nobody. Plus, I'm working on no sleep. Oh, wow. They have fed that Ari to shit and back. Like, they have fed that Ari to hell and back, man. And no, I do not play ranked. I never play ranked. There's a reason I never play ranked. People take the game way too seriously when you get into ranked. Like, it's actually quite sad. It's just how crazy people take this. How crazy people take ranked. Nah, I don't need people to carry me in a match. I need people to play. I need people to actually be able to actually play the game and not just like suck. Well, I'm sad that I just took... well... well, we got them even though I killed them. I don't need people to carry me. I need people to actually be able to play what they're doing. You know what I mean? If they don't know what they're doing, they shouldn't be playing in that role. Maybe they should find a role they're better suited for. More than likely, we'll probably lose this one unless I start picking up my ults a little bit better. Because I didn't have my ult there. If I had my ult, I would have ulted in there. But I didn't have it. I was literally like 1 second away from having it. And I hate that, you know. Six months without playing. To be honest with you, this is probably the first time I've played in probably close to... Come on, would you freaking give him the stupid level already? Jeez Louise. But this is probably the first time I've actually Damn, would you guys, like, I don't even know what you guys are thinking you're doing. I mean, at least we have the turret. It's like, run away. Get away from that. What game have you been playing? You know, that's the thing I can't stand is when people get all ballsy and, like, think that they can jump in on somebody and get a kill or something. It's like, what game are you playing? What game have you been playing this last, like, 10 minutes with me and the other guys that makes you think that we can do that? You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I haven't been playing any game as of recently that has given me any kind of belief that I might be able to jump in on these enemies. And why would you charge at an Ari? These people, like, they're really bad. They shouldn't have been going in at all. Like, none of them should have been going in on that. None of them should have been going on that. Not a one of them. But yet, look at them. Like, I don't know what game they're playing. Like, I really don't know what game they're playing. I don't know what guys you. I don't know what game you guys are playing. Like, why would you use that like that? I don't know. It's like a lot of them. I just watch them use their abilities and do stuff that I'm just sitting here like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know, or in anything like that. There's a lot of them that are like that. Well, that was pretty good. I really don't know what these guys are playing. Like, I don't know what these guys are playing. God damn it. I really don't know what they're playing. I really, really don't know what game they think they're playing. That's what bothers me the absolute most. This is why we end up. This is the reason why you end up losing games like this. We started out, we just had a few deaths and stuff like that. But as you went along, we started having more and more than just a few deaths. Then we started getting a few people who were literally just like, this Nautilus is just throwing himself at people. He's not even trying to actually stay alive. He's not trying to win. He's, you know, he's not trying at all. Like, he's clearly not trying. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reporting him at the end of this video because he's purposely trying to feed it, is what I'm getting from all of this. Because he's clearly not trying to actually play the game. Like a ping would have been nice earlier than that. Damn it. I'm a little tilted. This is what you call tilted. Like, if you've ever heard that term, it's called tilted. Usually I mute the other players because there's no reason to ever actually talk to the other to your own teammates. You got pings, that's all you need. Like, legitimately, I would say you never actually want to actually talk to anybody. I already have all chat muted. So usually as soon as I get into a game, immediately mute my teammates because they're just going to make you tilted. That's all they're going to do. Well, I'm going to stick with my AD carry because he needs me. Yep. Come on, bitch. You want to go? You want to go? I can go right now. Let's go. Are they? Hey there, Hud. It's a long time no see. don't know why she even bothered. Or why he's bothering. Like, I'm trying to help him out, but it's like... I don't want to FF because you're 1 in 12. That's why I don't want to FF. Because there's like... It's not that there's no reason to. It's the fact that they're so horribly fed, and our team just keeps throwing themselves at them. Like as if they're going to make a difference. Raven should have come with us. Honestly, at that point, it was just pretty much, what the hell ever. What does it matter? Everybody else is just going to chase after everything, so why should I try not? You know, so why should I care? I am, however, going to play another game after this because I don't leave on a tilted game. Unless we actually win. If I actually win, I'll give it that. Hey, don't get me wrong, man. I know exactly how you feel. I did not sleep at all last night. Look who came to join us. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? What are you doing there, Abby girl? Woo! Totally didn't even notice myself slipping in. To be honest with you, the biggest problem is Kane, which is the guy with the big scythe. He's kind of like a really busted and overpowered character. Because he goes super tank, but he can still do massive amounts of damage, even as super tank. This is also actually kind of a reason why I like Heroes of the Storm more. Because Heroes of the Storm is one of those games that... That's actually really weird. Now I'm just basically baiting my teammates into a thing. Now I'm just being an ass. You walked into that. You got a hold of that one. I mean, there ain't nothing I can do now. They got Baron and they got That's great. Hey, Heroes of the Storm I like a little bit more because of the fact that it has a little bit more laid back. What's the word for it? It's a little bit more laid back in the I'm trying to think how to put it. It's a little bit more laid back in the I'm gonna put this up here now. It's a little bit more laid back in the actual like character. I'm trying to think of a word how to describe it. Damn it, I know the word. There's a word specifically for it, but I can't think of the word now because I'm really tired. The snowballing. There's a real big thing about snowballing in Heroes that you can always catch back up on. One of the reasons why I don't like League anymore is because once you've snowballed to a certain point, it's over. Games like that game was over the second that Nautilus just kept killing himself. And see you later, yeah, I'm never gonna say your name right. Techko. I'll be on later at 7 o'clock if you want to come by. Feel free to do so. I'm happy to have you around. Glad that you're here today. Hope you have a good sleep or a good whatever else you're doing, and see you around sometime. So let me think here. What was I saying? Okay, snowballs. Snowballing. One of the things about League of Legends, though, is like once you snowball in League of Legends, it's over. If like our Nautilus, for example, how he was constantly dying in that particular game, how he just kept basically running right in and just immediately dying, and all of our targets would just focus completely on the tanks and not actually focus on the people doing the damage, and the fact, of course, that we had a Nautilus go mid and just completely, utterly focused on, and basically completely fed the Ahri to hell and back. It all just snowballed together to, in the end, make it so that our game was impossible to actually win. Like, that was not a possible game we could ever have possibly have won. Or that was not a game we could have ever possibly have won. Because of how badly not our Zillion, because I did great. But just because of how badly our Nautilus was doing, I wasn't really doing that great, in all honesty. I was making a lot of very obvious and very clear mistakes, but that's neither here nor there, really. Because in the long run, my mistakes weren't making us lose the game. My mistakes were not helping us maybe pick back up from our losses, but in general, for the most part, where our losses really fell was on the Nautilus and the Cho'Gath, and to be honest with you, our Darius as well wasn't really hitting us very well. Did nobody ban Kate? Because I'd actually like to play Kate if nobody banned her. Okay, nobody did. I actually want to play Kate for once. But because of the way that he was basically, them two were pretty much just feeding themselves to death and back, made it really, really impossible, if not nearly impossible, to actually do anything in the game. Against the enemies, anyways. Then outside of that, it was the lack of focus, the lack of constantly going after the tanks, no one really paying any attention to anything, you know, that sort of stuff. That kind of ended up just running it all together to where we ended up losing the game. Now, like I said, myself, because I'm really tired and because I'm not really paying attention as much as I probably should be, and because of the fact that I just stopped caring after a certain point, I probably wasn't playing my skills as best I could. I could have probably easily have done way more stuns. Obviously, of course, because my summoners were off, or not my summoners, I'm sorry, because my abilities and stuff like that were off, I didn't quite do as good as I probably could have, or even should have. I'm going to do this one with her. Well-known doesn't really have anything to do with it for me. Yeah, sure, if you have characters that are well-known, that's all well and good. But I love the characters of League of Legends. They have a great story behind all of them. And to be honest with you, they're really, really nice. They're all really awesome. And just the abilities and skills and stuff like that they all have is just really awesome. However, going back to what I was actually trying to say to begin with from all this, when I started getting kind of sidetracked, was that Heroes of the Storm has a much better ability at swerving your snowball. They can take your snowball that you're having, where you're getting your asses completely handed to you, and then you can go, okay, let's focus, guys, and then suddenly you turn it around. The game in Heroes is one of those games that can be really quickly turned around, really easily turned around, like to the point to where it's not even that big of a deal if you're actually behind. Whereas in League, once you get snowballed, it really is pretty much over. You've lost the game, and that's the reason why people surrender at 20, because once you get to 20 minutes, you know if you're going to win or lose the game. You pretty much know if you're going to win or lose that game by the 20-minute mark. So if you're going to lose, why even continue playing? So that's my biggest thing that I like about the two games that are majorly different, or the two things. The biggest thing that I think I like the most about Heroes, in comparison to League. I also, of course, like the system that they use when it comes to leveling. Call of Duty games online, they snowball fast. Yeah, well, when it comes to Call of Duty games, though, to be honest with you, if you're getting your ass handed to you, it's not because you suck or because your team sucks. It's just because whoever's on the other team is just way the fuck better. Like, their skill level on the enemy's team is just way overinflated in comparison to your own. Because it's not really necessarily like everyone is your fault or everyone else's fault that like, it's not really your fault or anyone else's fault as to precisely why you're losing a Call of Duty game. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Call of Duty games. And for some reason, I am windowed, and I don't know why. Full screen. Okay, so windowed, maybe? And then let's go back to full screen. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that was. That was weird. That's all I can say about that. But, I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. Anyways. One of the things I do actually really love about Heroes is, for one, the way they level. Like, the whole group leveling system is great. I absolutely love that. The fact that everyone is sort of taken into account when it comes to leveling. If everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, then everybody keeps up their levels to the appropriate and keeps their levels in match with the enemy team. But if both teams aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, then both teams don't get the experience. You know what I mean? So they just stay pretty much the same.
Time cannot be a circle. It has to be a line.
So you've never played any MOBA games? Because they are actually very good. I think that they are actually good. They're just one of those... how to put it?
So predictable. Tomorrow is now. There's no fighting the future. Exhale and fire. I've come too far to turn back. What's next? Everyone wants more.
I will say one of the things I do actually really hate about
Laser precision.
this particular skin for Caitlyn is
Any time, any place.
is her traps are kind of obvious as fuck. Damn it.
I see. Arrest in progress. It's not the past that drives me. It's the future. Time to pull the trigger. For the future. This is the sound of inevitability. It's now or never.
I'm kind of concentrating a little bit on this one, so I do apologize. I'm probably not going to be super talkative right for a little bit. Also, I apologize. I need to move this up a little bit. Oh, jeez. Why are you doing that? I'm doing very bad on last hits. That's the other thing I really like about Heroes. I don't have to worry about last hits. Last hits do not matter in Heroes. Like, last hitting does not matter at all with Heroes. And that's something I honestly can say that I really appreciate.
Set weapon power to 360. Disable step. The gun's fine. With your rounds.
Just imagine had I not had this,
Even time can kill a headshot. No one's altering the past on my watch. You're an anomaly.
God damn it, I'm so bad at last hitting. Like, that's the one problem I just can't get over is last hitting. Now, there is a way I've gotten over last hitting, and that's with a particular character. But that's just because of the way that particular character last hits.
Time's up.
An enemy has been slain.
was really hoping I didn't have to use that, but... Okay, see, we got kills, see, and the rest of my team's actually getting kills too now, so it's not just like one person dying and then that's the end of it, you know what I mean? It's everyone's actually winning their lanes, everyone's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, no one's losing horribly. So it's, you know, it's an actual semi-decent game. Now, this is early in the game, we're 3-0, that's a really good start, anything could happen at this point. We could still very well lose. Enemy could easily catch up at this point because we're only 3 kills ahead, and that's really not that hard to catch up with, especially considering that I'm so far... I'm not really super far behind on last hits. I thought I was actually farther behind on last hits than that, but...
When could he be? Time dilation could be a real pain.
But I'm far enough behind to where I might be a problem. Especially since I'm not very good at it.
Boom. Cranium lost. History is more durable than you think.
Well, he just used the flash and their heal. And a lot of their potions, too. I want her to use up all her mana. And her HP. And everything else. Look at that. I mean, she's had to use up all of her potions already. And she came back with like a bunch of them.
You cannot run and you cannot hide. In the end, I will always the future must be secure. Time to run.
I was really hoping that he'd go in on Soraka so I could snipe him, but she didn't. He didn't.
Your time has passed. I take out trash, temporal trash.
I need to be anyways. Ah, see, now we're getting ourselves a nice, decent game, and now everybody left. That's funny. It's performance anxiety. That's what it is. I'll tell you.
Positively retro.
I'm gonna wait for this. What are you doing, Abby? What are you doing? What? Look at her. Look at her just coming up on us.
Ooh, vintage.
Look at her. She don't even want you to pet her. Like, that's the one of the funniest things about her. She don't even really want you to pet her. She just wants you to look at her. Like, that's all she wants. Isn't that right, Abby girl? Meow. Meow. See, if she wanted you to pet her, she'd come over to my side and actually let me pet her. But no, that's not what she does.
No one is guaranteed a future.
Ah, damn.
I'm going to shoot
That reaction time, I swear.
time for the trigger.
Probably should be actually upgrading my
Don't aim where they are, aim where they were. Blade precision.
Hey, you can heal off of me all you want, but that does way more damage than your heal does. And you do... Oh, really? How did I miss that? Oh.
This is my temporal plasma blaster. I pointed at someone. They ceased to exist.
I was hoping they would run into that. What? See, this is what I don't get. How did I miss that? I know I shot that dead on. I did not expect you to actually go over there. Wow, you did no damage there to him. Wow, that was lucky.
I see. I know exactly how it needs to end. You're wasting your time. You can't fight time.
Oh, what? She healed herself. I think she just used her ult.
So predictable. There's no fighting the future.
Oh, wow. What are you doing? I don't have my ult up. If I had my ult up, then maybe that would have been a good idea.
What's now?
I also don't really have the mana for this. Jesus. I don't even know how he did that much damage. Like, I don't know how he did quite that much damage. I really, really stupid hate that. Like, I really hate that jump that he got. Like, it's one of the most busted things. He should be able to do the jump. I give him that. But he shouldn't be able to jump over them as quickly and as often as he can, in my personal opinion. I think that's what makes him so horribly busted right now. Like, what makes him such a horribly busted assassin is because of the fact that he can jump in, jump out. Like, he can literally just, like, jump in through here, kill you, then jump out from here. I just had no mana. I really wasn't like trying to do anything because I didn't have the mana for anything. That's why I didn't want to do anything, because I didn't have mana.
Time is of the essence. You only get one shot. Arrest in progress. Boom. Cranial blast.
Next time you don't have to try and save me, okay? Just run. I would prefer to never to always. I main support. I mean, that's like in my blood.
Got this. Where I'm going, I don't need roads.
I'm not really entirely sure what's going on here.
This is the sound of inevitability. Your future ends with me. The gun's mine. So here, let me rounds.
Really? What are they doing all the way over there, anyways?
Tracks. His are all over the chrono field. Boom. Brain hole. Even time can't get a headshot. Back to work.
Ah, really? You're nowhere near us, bro. Why are you even pinging it? Like, this is what I can't understand. Why do people ping at such worst times? They ping at the absolute, positively, 100% worst times that you can possibly ping. Possibly. Like, he pinged when he's way back at the base. Like, he's way back at the base. He's nowhere near us. Why is he pinging us? Why is he even pinging us? He can't do anything for us. I mean, if he wanted to maybe like ping us when he's not, and then there's those people who ping like right as they go into the lane, and like right when they come into the lane they ping and they expect you to just know that you were coming in. It's like, dude, ping that you're gonna come into the lane when you're like on the river. So like, he didn't even come into our lane. He pinged he was gonna come down bottom, and then he didn't even do it. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, why did he even bother? Go after Soraka first, please. Like, did you not pay attention to the giant jungler that was right there? Oh, wow, really? Oh, come on, Malphite. Malphite, where's your ult? Why did you even bother? That was a nice attempt, though. Nope, nope, running away. Nope, that's about as far as I go. his cooldowns were down, he was going to just turn around and wipe me if he had an opportunity to. I had to consume all of my freaking things just to get rid of that, so...
It gets easier every time.
Let's get those. No, you know what? Nope, I think it's too late. Wait, maybe. Okay. Now, you know what? It's okay. I don't have enough money for anything else anyways.
I don't want to talk about time travel.
It's all about paying attention to their cooldowns as well as your own cooldowns, as well as, of course, your teammates' cooldowns and everything else along those lines. I don't know what our Malphite was thinking of doing when he was like, he's gonna jump on Sirocco when there's a guy literally dead in the middle of our like basically dead center of our attack. There's a Jax like right behind us. See, what would have been a good idea here is, since I'm here in this area, coming down here to help me get red, that would have been the proper choice. But instead, he's just going to walk away and let me take red all by myself, which means I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to take more damage than I probably should have, and it's just, you know, in general, it's not going to end up burning out as well as it could have. Because he's the jungle, he should have been able to tank that for me a little bit, and then we could have moved from there. It's one of those things that, you know, it's just people don't really pay attention to... Well, that's gonna not hurt. As much as I thought it would anyways.
Of course time can be broken. Why do you think I have...
And I got like the biggest itch on my nose, it's not even funny. I do like that we have a Malphite and a Malphite and a Malphite and a Maokai. Malphite and a Maokai. Okay. It's like, it just doesn't ring in the head properly at all.
The last revision is the only one that
That was actually kind of boss. I'm pretty sure they're going to surrender. See, like, one of the things we should have done in the last game is we should have surrendered. However, this is definitely going to be my last round on this one. Whether we win or lose, more than likely winning in this situation. Because this is kind of what I mean. We've already hit the 20-minute mark. We know we've won. Like, this game's over. Now, I mean, unless we just completely throw the game at this point, we've won.
when could he be?
Waited for it. You wait for it just right, you know. Though, to be honest with you, I kind of waited for it by accident. I didn't actually mean to wait for that. I meant to kill him as quickly as possible, but it actually kind of purposely made me wait a little bit. And then when his evasion went out, he did his little thing, and then ooh, I don't need that. Do I need that? You know, I don't know what I actually should get now. I mean, don't get me wrong. A rapid fire cannon would be nice at this point. But I kind of want more damage. I don't feel like I'm doing the damage I should be doing at this point. And to be honest with you, a Bloodthirster would be awesome at this point. I'm thinking I'm going to go with...
They don't make them like this anymore.
You know what? Actually, no. I think I will actually stick with this. And I'm going to go with this. And we're going to sell these. And then we're going to get this. So that way we can get that later. That way we have lots of extra damage, and we also were working towards our next item. When it comes to the Bloodthirster, we get ourselves some attack speed as well on top of everything, because we got the Berserker Greaves, And we also got increased move speed, so that'll always be good. And, you know, just everything combined together all works out. I wish it wasn't quite so laggy while I'm streaming. But unfortunately, it just seems like it's one of those things. Because as you can see, my ping's at 120. It's usually never at that speed, at that height. That high. It's usually somewhere around... it's probably more often than not around 60. Not the, you know, greatest ability or anything like that, but not bad either. Wait, they have a Rek'Sai? Since the fuck when? When did they get a Rek'Sai? I didn't even know they had one. See, this is the reason why a team loses. When you don't even know the enemy team had a particular champion. I had no idea that they even had a Rek'Sai. I might also point out that I don't know why that, I won't get an S, unfortunately, on this. I wish, but I won't. Oh, well, they won't surrender, at least. Mind you, we're going to kick their ass. We kicked their ass so hard, we're actually, like, winning at less than... We're not even at level... We're not even at level, like, all at level 15 yet. Only a handful of us are even at level 14. It's just like, why not just win it, you know? And one thing I will say when it comes to these games as well, just win the game. There's no reason not to win the game if you can win the game. And whether it's Heroes, whether it's League, whether it's whatever the game you're playing, no matter what game you're playing, if you're playing one of these types of games and you get to that situation where you suddenly can win, where you can actually suddenly win, then you should do it. Like, if you ever get that chance where you can win, you should win. But anywho, that is probably going to be all for me today. Sorry the stream wasn't very long, and sorry that the stream was for League. I know you guys might not necessarily be the biggest fan of League, and I know you guys might not necessarily care about it as much as my other games, but this is one of my more favorite games, so occasionally I might play this as a stream just to fill in a slot. We're going to be playing 7 Days to Die later on today, so if you'd like to catch that, feel free to do so. We'll be streaming at 7 o'clock tonight. It was a little bit like earlier than we normally stream, so I do apologize if that threw anybody off. And we are, of course, going to be doing our best to... Actually, to be honest with you, tonight we might be doing Fortnite or 7 Days to Die. It will be one or the other. I don't 100% know, to be completely honest. I'm thinking 7 Days to Die, if only just because of the fact that we just did 7 Days to Die, and we just finished up the Horde Night. So we might want to go on ahead and actually do like a looting mission. However, I haven't done Fortnite in a while, so I kind of think maybe I should play that. So, but we'll see. But right now, I am tired as hell, so I'm going to go to bed. I certainly hope everybody liked this video. If you did, you go on and hit that like button. And if you really liked it, go on and hit that share button. And if you loved it and you haven't already, go on and hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, guys, good luck out there. And don't forget to have fun.